Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Proof that NAZIYAH Harris family knew that she ran away. Salute to the chat. Salute to all of my moderators. Salute to the replay gang. Let me give a quick salute to the early birds of the demonstration. I see you, Capricorn. I see you, Nikki. I see you. They say you nasty. Taylor says, woo, got home just in time. Hey, Shanking, everybody. I see you, Taylor. I see you, Chris. Vibe like. I see you. Net baby. I see y'all. Carla, Passion. Shanae, breast cancer survivor. Store up some prayer hands for Shanae, breast cancer survivor. Murray, Pamela, hip hop history. You know I can't pronounce that. I'm going to just say Jackson, 1986. All right, y'all. Let's tap into the demonstration. All right. Now, this NAZIYAH Harris case have you 1 minute you're over here, the next minute you're over there, the next minute you're back here, then you're back out there. You be all over the place with the NAZIYAH Harris case. Now, proof that NAZIYAH Harris family NAZIYAH Harris family knew that she ran away. At the very beginning, Miss Annette didn't report it to the Detroit Police Department that night. She waited until the next day. I know. Nah, Shank. Miss me with that. The reason why she didn't report NAZIYAH not being home is because she's an unfit grandmother. And that could be the case. I'm not saying that that's not the case. However, I'm just saying, what if? What if? And y'all know as people, we are quick to assume things. We are quick to run with something when somebody says something or somebody does something. We are quick to run with a narrative that whatever it is that person said or whatever it is that person done, we want to give our explanation on why that person done it. We're all like that. Don't act like you ain't like that, because we all like that. I'm like that. But you have to come back and say, what if the reason Miss Annette waited until the next day was because maybe she felt like NAZIYAH ran away. After all, Vari ran away several times, and the other kids, other children in that house ran away. So maybe she just felt like glamorous, probably with Jarvis, or because remember that we know of, for 6 hours, she was with Jarvis. Now, I don't believe Shannon, I don't believe any of the family members mentioned that they caught Jarvis and Jarvis told them Tudor is with me. But that don't necessarily mean that she wasn't with, that don't necessarily mean that they didn't call Jarvis to check and see if NAZIYAH was with Jarvis. All right. Now, when the Detroit school, when the school got involved on the next day, when Miss Annette went to the school, why didn't the school report it to the DPD, Detroit Police Department. They didn't even report NAZIYAH's missing immediately. They waited for 30 days. We have to keep that in mind, that even the school didn't report it, right? Now, let me get this out the way early, and then we'll come back to it, of course. But let me get this out the way. Now, and I gotta say allegedly, this is text message, January the 18th. Now, I'm not sure if it was 2024. I'm not sure if it was 2025, right? But here's a text message, and you can see Shannon's face, but here's a text message allegedly between Roxy and Shannon. The purple is allegedly Roxy. Now this is too long. Now here's Shannon's response. To be honest, I do believe Tudor planned this ish out. All she really did is watch and observe Vari when he did it last year, to be honest. Now, let's deal with this. And please, for those that are sensitive to the case, I understand. And I know that your feelings are in it. And I understand. But just please do your best to take your feelings out of it, what I'm about to say. All right? If we are honest, we know, regardless of what happened to NAZIYAH Harris, if we are honest, we know that NAZIYAH Harris definitely planned this event. To make sure we're all on the same page, drop a 1 if you agree with me that NAZIYAH planned this event. Drop a 2 if you disagree with me. We got the text messages. NAZIYAH to Jarvis. So NAZIYAH definitely planned this. Okay, so we still have some that believe that she didn't plan it. All right. And out of respect, can you please give me an explanation why you believe NAZIYAH didn't plan the event? I'm not talking about the inappropriate touching that was going on with Jarvis. I'm not talking about the possible red rum of NAZIYAH. I'm only talking about she planned this event to run away or get missing. For those that are sensitive, I'm going to drop the link. Please feel free to join me on the panel and give your explanation on why you think NAZIYAH didn't plan the event to run away. She cared about her cousins, in my opinion, because she was made to take care of them, and she loved them and would want to help them, I think, in my opinion. And I respect your opinion, but can you explain why you think NAZIYAH didn't plan this event to run away or get missing? I really hope she's alive, but I just don't think it would go this far. But was she able to execute it? What makes you think that, Shank? Okay. I don't believe any narrative Shannon put out. I don't think she planned it. I think she just took the opportunity when it was available. Who planned it then? Who planned it? Somebody planned the event of her running away. Somebody planned the event of her getting missing. Somebody planned it. Who planned it? Even if she took advantage of it, who planned it? could both be true at the same time. She may have planned to run away and then this happened. He's talking about the event. Yes, I'm talking strictly about the event. I see you, Leezy. No way. She was groomed at a young age. Her mind was played with as a child, and she got confused in what real love is. I'm with you on that, Mari. I'm with you on that. But right now, I just want to focus in on the event of NAZIYAH either running away or becoming missing. That's all I want to focus on, everybody. That event. Somebody planned the event. Okay. And once again, in my opinion, and I see you, Leezy, and everybody else, Leezy says she didn't expect it to go this far. And that could be the point. That could be the point. She planned to run away. However, she didn't expect it to go this far. And I'm assuming when Leezy and you all said this far, I'm assuming the unalive. No way was it her. She just a child. I think Vari planned it a long time ago. But she knew she didn't want to be with Annette or Shannon anymore. I think her and Jarvis may have talked about it, and she thought that's what was happening until she was realized what was really going on. I do believe the event was planned, but not by NAZIYAH. I see you, Davida. Keep in mind, still no tutor. This was planned by them nasty adults. So y'all think Jarvis? No. All right. Now we're going to revisit the message allegedly between Roxy and Shannon. And then we're going to backtrack. I want to backtrack to my demonstration with Marquita. And Miss Parker was asking Marquita a question about Vari. Shout out to Miss Parker and her riders. Now, the purple is allegedly Roxy. Now, this is too long. Now, here comes Shannon. And you see Shannon's picture. To be honest, I do believe Tudor planned this ish out. All she really did is watch and observe Vari when he did it last year, to be honest. All right. If anybody want to screenshot that and keep it for your personal receipts, that's fine. Go ahead and screenshot it. But that's definitely worth tapping into, right? Now let's tap into Marquita, me, Miss Parker, and Dre. Now this is an old demonstration, and if anyone would like to revisit and backtrack this demonstration that I'm about to play, it's in my library of demonstrations. NAZIYAH Harris' aunt, Marquita, keeps it real about who she is. And this timestamp is 1/15/28. But let's tap back into Marquita.
And how do you feel about some of the things that your nephew has said in previous interviews and things like that? Because you said y'all went places, did things all the time, versus Vari kind of saying like that's why he ran away, because it was never.
Vari wanted to do what a normal kid who has friends that had more leniency than him. You know, parents who cared but didn't really care what their kids really did. Because his friends would be out 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and he had to be in the house 9 o'clock.
We're going to stop right there, and I'm going to address this comment. And this is going to be the only time that I'm going to address this comment in this chat. Anybody else come in with this kind of comment, moderators, get their funky ass up out of here. I wish we would let it go. The girl is gone. No, we're not going to let it go. Not over on this platform. All right. Now, there are many other content creators platforms that your funky ass can visit. And the rest of y'all funky asses that feel like we should let it go. Go take y'all funky asses to those platforms. Now, don't you bring your funky ass back in this platform again, talking about I wish we could let it go. Stop bringing your funky ass over here. Moderators, the next time somebody come in here with a comment like this, run they funky asses up out of here. But before you run they funky asses up out of here, roast they funky ass. There are over 30 platforms that is discussing NAZIYAH Harris. We're going to continue to discuss NAZIYAH Harris. Now, if you got a problem, if you feel like we should let it go, don't bring your funky ass back. Take your funky ass to another platform. Let me backtrack.
Still check up on your kids. You know, be that extra snoop that that you have to do to make sure these babies stay safe. Period.
And how do you feel about some of the things that your nephew has said in previous interviews and things like that? Because you said y'all went places, did things all the time, versus Vari kind of saying like that's why he ran away, because it was never.
Vari wanted to do what a normal kid who has friends that had more leniency than him. Parents who cared but didn't really care what their kids really did. Because his friends would be out 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and he had to be in the house 9 o'clock, 9:30. So that structure, he didn't want that no more. So he wanted the leniency. So he wanted to do what the hell he wanted to do. And so when you got a strong, stern parent, and you already know that your parent ain't gonna take no shit. So at the end of the day, it's either you gonna do by my rules or you gonna do what you gonna do. And he chose to leave. He chose to leave on his own. He didn't want to come back. Barry did not want to come back. My mom allowed him to come back on numerous occasions. He wanted to do what he wanted to do. So he didn't want to clean up. He didn't want to go to school. He was getting caught smoking before school, coming to school high, all type of stuff. My mom got him into a mentor program, all type of stuff. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He just wanted to do what he wanted to do.
And let me stop right there. Let me come to the chat, because I do see a nice comment. And I don't mean to skip over nobody's comment. I'll get to everybody's comment. But Lola says he had to be in at 9 to 9:30, but NAZIYAH was being asked to come to the car at 2 a.m. That's an excellent point. I see you, Sagittarius. That's an excellent point. The channel is a non-biased channel. This channel allows for different points of views to be heard. Respect the channel like you would want others to respect yours. Enjoy the content. And once again, if you got a problem, because I'm on one, y'all. If you got a problem with my platform, get your funky ass up out of here. Because I'm telling you now, it ain't going to be safe for you. Because the chat going to roast you. My moderator's going to roast you. And I'm going to roast you. I ain't being nice to y'all funky asses no more. And that's just where we at right now. But your opinion is welcome. And you can disagree with Shank Rock, and you could disagree with the chat. I want everybody to still understand that your opinion is definitely welcome. But don't come in here. Can we stop talking about this? No. State your opinion. All right? Just only state your opinion on the case. These people are sick. We won't let it go ever. Justice for NAZIYAH Harris. And I will say, I can understand, because it is a sensitive matter. It is. But if we don't talk about it, the news ain't going to talk about it. So instead of telling Shank Rock to stop talking about it, how about tell the news? How about hit up Nancy Grace? How about hit up CNN? How about hit up these big platforms? How about you hit up those that aren't talking about the NAZIYAH Harris case? All these major platforms, that y'all endorse, that y'all support? Why y'all ain't over there telling them, well, you know, there is a case of a little girl out of Detroit, Michigan. Can y'all talk about it? See, that's what we need to be doing. Instead of telling us that is talking about the NAZIYAH Harris case, can we stop talking about it? How about go and tell those that aren't talking about it, your favorite celebrities that y'all love, how about go and tell them to talk about the NAZIYAH Harris case? Now, but that's a good point that Lola tapped into. Why was it that Vari had the curfew, but NAZIYAH didn't? Now, you mean to tell me a 11 or 12-year-old little girl was able to go out at 2 a.m. in the morning? And I understand, you know, the discipline for Vari. And also, I appreciate this comment, Jennifer. Hey, it's a few kids out of Detroit missing. Not only talk about NAZIYAH Harris case, but there are thousands. I mean, a lot of missing kids all over the United States of America. Why aren't those platforms talking about it? They want the truth they claim, but them Harris and Gamble family can't handle the truth. And make sure y'all get my likes up. 224 watching with only 71 likes. Hit that like button. Say her name. Make sure y'all hashtagging justice for NAZIYAH Harris. Good evening, Mr. Shank. I see you, Tootie. Sadie says, they let them go. They let it get to you, Shank. They got none on you. I see you, Miss Lady. Appreciate you for pulling back up with us, Miss Lady. So this NAZIYAH Harris running away, right? Let's tap into more of proof that she ran away, right? Let's tap into that. And let's tap into, all right, another thing. I got to say this. I got this in my note, all right? Now, y'all let me know, and I will entertain this, what I'm about to say to you all. What if Jarvis dropped NAZIYAH back home with Annette and Shannon, and then Shannon unalived NAZIYAH? Let's entertain that. I want to get y'all opinion on that. What if Jarvis dropped the bag off and then Shannon, maybe in Annette, unalived her? What are y'all thoughts? We really need to get to the truth and keep exposing them for the monsters they are, lady included. Also, if you would like to be a member of the channel, just click on the YouTube link that my moderator, Capricorn Chronicles, dropped. We should never stop talking about NAZIYAH Harris. I agree, Shank. That's what I've been thinking the whole time. Anybody else? Because Jarvis could have dropped her off. And maybe, and y'all help me out, maybe Shannon, that's when the altercation took place. And maybe it got into a heated argument, and many believe that Shannon allegedly hit her in the head with an object. She ran away to God. Also, I do have a goal of 15 super stickers or super chats. If you would like to help me reach my goal, just click on the $ symbol and purchase a super sticker or a super chat. Bingo. Or what if he took her to the shop and Shannon just showed up? And that's a strong possibility, because the 50% of me that feels like NAZIYAH is unalive, that 50% of me, I feel like that's what happened. And I could rock with that. That sounds plausible. I agree. Yes, I'm with that, Shank. I think Jarvis did drop NAZIYAH back home and Shannon unalived her. Shannon beat her allegedly and called him to come back to get her. And a lot of people think that. A lot of people think that Shannon unalived NAZIYAH and got Jarvis to clean up her mess. Drop a 3 if you feel like that. Shannon unalived her and then got Jarvis to clean up her mess. Right, bring awareness. I think you're on to something, Shank. I see you, Just Missy. And it went too far and he panicked. Appreciate this super sticker, Queen. I see a lot of 3s. After she found the messages from Jarvis and NAZIYAH, Shannon snapped and confronted NAZIYAH, and things went left, in my opinion. And if, like I said, the 50% of me that believe that she's unalive, I think that happened. Now, it could have took place at the house. It could have took place up at the shop. But in my opinion, I strongly believe if NAZIYAH is unalive, I strongly believe Shannon did it. That sounds much better because I don't think Jarvis actually did it. If he did it, it was trying to get rid of the baby. I believe this all along about Shannon, a jealous rage piece of ish aunt. There was a typo in my initial write-up, Shank. Was trying to say you don't let the haters get to you. They got none on you. Appreciate that, Sages. And that house should have been a crime scene. That's why she went to the school, not the police. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Well, and that did move, but I believe she moved before the incident. But I do know early on in the case, a lot of people were saying that NAZIYAH was buried in the basement, allegedly. Now, I heard that. Or they were saying that something took place in that basement. So keep in mind, Shannon caught Jarvis right around the time they got back to the shop. That's facts. That's facts. I see you, Jacqueline. I skipped over a comment. I ain't mean to skip over that comment. I appreciate this super sticker, Leisure Lady. No, forgive me, y'all. There you go. Appreciate that super sticker, Leisure Lady. Let's tap back into Marquita and Miss Parker.
He wanted to live that street life. That's my nephew. I love him, but he has to get his things together.
And I only got 2 more questions, Marquita. So when 7 Mile Radio comes along, right? Because this is how I really capture some of your family members, your sister, Devin, so many other people. And boom, the 11th episode is your cousin, Sierra. How does that make you feel after hearing what she had to say?
All of what she said that I can sure say was a most definitely tremendous lie. You know, to the point where down till she said that her facts and emotions came off of drinking and doing drugs. Your parents were alcoholics. I love my aunt and my aunt, but I seen the abusiveness in the household when I used to go over there and spend the night. I seen it, and I seen it. It's you couldn't tell, like, not one, maybe one kid out of their kids was gonna maybe be an alcoholic or a drug addict, because I heard the stories. Her parents, my uncle and aunt used to do drugs. They used to. So I'm like, come on now. And then it was like they really never came around. Like after we got a certain age, my mom and her mom, they had a love-hate relationship to where they was always arguing and getting into each other, to where they would go months without speaking to one another, to where we'll only be able to communicate with one another on the phone.
So there definitely was, and their family is no different from any of our families. In my opinion, all families have skeletons in their closet. All families have issues. So I don't want to just highlight their family. However, their family had these issues. And in that CPS report, um, it talks about the children running away out of Miss Annette's house. Of course, Marquita denied it, but there is that CPS report. Appreciate this super chat, Just Missy. Great demonstration. I want to go real deep, y'all. I want to go real deep. And like I said, I do understand it is a very sensitive topic. I do. But I want to go deeper into the mind frame of NAZIYAH Harris. And I don't want to leave no stones unturned, because in my investigation, when I investigate these cases, I give the good, the bad, and the ugly, regardless. Now, in my opinion, regardless of what, NAZIYAH Harris didn't deserve to be unalive. That's if that's the case. And in my opinion, the things that happened to NAZIYAH Harris, she didn't deserve it. She's a child, 11, 12, 13-year-old child. She don't fully know right from wrong. And then with being raised in that kind of environment. So we got to look at it when we're tapping into the mind of NAZIYAH Harris, we got to remember her environment. She became a product of her environment. So mom not around. I believe several times the mom was supposed to came and visit with NAZIYAH. She didn't. I don't think NAZIYAH ever knew her dad. Now, some people are raising the question that NAZIYAH could possibly be Jarvis's child. Many believe that NAZIYAH looks like Jarvis. Many people believe that Lady and Jarvis, had relations before he got with Shannon, because allegedly, and I gotta say allegedly, Jarvis met Lady first. So that's out there. That is a possibility, because Jarvis and NAZIYAH favor each other. That's actually Jarvis's child. I don't know. However, look what she was around. She was around a bunch of pedos. She was around a bunch of SA offenders. And I believe Miss Parker, the Riders, and a few others have said their norm is not our norm. Our normal behavior, our normal way of life is not theirs. Now, if you grew up in that environment, if you saw it since you was a baby, you saw the elders, you heard about the stories before you even came along. And according to Marquita in that demonstration, she says it. She says a lot. She mentioned the extended family, which would be Roxy, Kenya, even the immediate family. She said it was a lot going on. Now, in my opinion, out of all of them, Annette sheltered the twins. I believe Annette kept all of that away from the twins. But her environment, NAZIYAH's environment, Nobody was there to teach her. Nobody was there to show her how a young girl supposed to be. You had the twins with those videos twerking. So if your aunties, if this is what your aunties is showing you, come on. Then when she should have been being groomed on how to be a good little girl, when she should have been groomed on how to be a lady, a young lady, she was groomed by this monster. NAZIYAH Harris ain't have a fighting chance. She ain't have a fighting chance, y'all, from the very beginning. She sees all of this. She got feelings. She know what was going on in that house. Now, we don't know everything that went on in that house. However, that text message, it got to stand out to everybody. I ain't going to never get out of this hell hole. Those were her words. I ain't going to never get out of this hell hole. Let me welcome my special guest, JJ. Salute, JJ.
Salute, salute. So I just wanted to touch on the CPS situation. I was on the Mark D Live in the very beginning. I remember him showing the paperwork with the names, and he wasn't even, and he was told that he was not allowed to be around those two specific women and her children. And that's and he already had the charge for what he did and got out. So in my opinion, when NAZIYAH did talk to CPS and all that, and their whatever the reason was because it was a low level, or I don't want to say the wrong words, but the reason why they didn't think it was a big deal. But it's like, hello, you already have two women that have children with them that aren't supposed to have him around, but still had him around. So that was kind of confusing to me in that aspect. How could CPS not immediately jump on it? You know?
That's facts.
And then again, with the, I think there was a plan. I think something was planned, but I don't think it was for her to run away. Maybe in her mind she might have believed it, but again, I think that maybe because it's a family of manipulators, and Jarvis, led her to believe, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Maybe we're gonna have, be a family, whatever. Just my opinion. And then he takes her to the shop, and then some people show up, and then some stuff goes down, and then now it's time to clean up. I think that and it sucks to think that she thought that her fairy tale was coming true, and really, and then her heart, just imagine her, she's looking at him probably like, what the f, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, she just starts getting busted in her head, and he didn't even protect her. So I can't even imagine that feeling. So again, I don't think that she ran away, but I do believe there was a plan.
What is going through Jarvis's mind, in your opinion, while he's in the courtroom? What's going through his mind?
Man, I think that he's for one, he's a coward, and in his mind, going through his mind, I think he's just he is ashamed, but I think he's a master manipulator. So, and he did 8 years. He's been around. He knows he's been, he's a criminal. So I think he's listening and taking notes, and talking to his defense team, because in my offense, I think in the Red Rum area, the defense is winning. Uh, so but in my mind, I think that he's just like, all right, he's trying to see what's coming out, or if maybe if people are doing what he, asked them to do. I think he's being the master manipulator. He's being real quiet and observing, or listening, not even observing, listening. Uh, but and I just think that he's just trying to figure out whatever way he can manipulate the system, because that's all you have to do. It's not about what we know; it's what about we can prove in the court of law, and to get himself less time, because all he cares about is himself and getting up out of there.
That's an excellent point. Now let's tap into the family knew that she ran away. Why, in your opinion, why did Miss Annette wait until the next morning to report NAZIYAH missing? And why didn't she report it to the Detroit Police Department? So those two questions. Why do you think she waited until the next morning? And why do you think she didn't report it to the Detroit Police Department?
Well, in my opinion, I think she waited because she didn't care, for one, and it was part of the plan. Uh, because again, I have 3 kids, and I know I couldn't sleep at night. I wouldn't have waited no hours. I didn't, I would have jumped on it. And then, can you ask me the second question one more time?
Why didn't she report it to the Detroit Police Department?
I think kind of because this ain't their first rodeo, and I know, I think she kind of knows how they roll and how like sloppy the Detroit public schools are, and how sloppy the police are. So it was to their advantage. She's let me go here first, because this is gonna, to buy them time. That's what, in my opinion, that's what I believe.
In your opinion, what happened to NAZIYAH Harris?
In my opinion, I think NAZIYAH Harris was groomed, looking for love in all the wrong places. And then I think that uh, they plan. She got unalived by Shannon, and I'm still kind of torn on the baby situation. But I do believe that Shannon unalived her, and it was rage. She was a woman. You got to think. I'm a woman. I know. When I get jealous, if I got jealous, I'm raging. And she was pregnant, and then she read those messages between her and NAZIYAH. And I think that Shannon unalived her, and then I feel like Jarvis and Shannon and maybe some other people helped clean up and get rid of her body. And then now there's people out here allegedly, in my opinion, moving her. So there had to be more than one person involved, because how was she moved?
So you still think that she's being moved to this day? They just keep moving her?
No, I don't think she's just getting moved and moved and moved. I think that the first initial spot she was put, she was moved from. And from there on, I don't really have enough facts to make a opinion. But I do believe that where she was first put, she was moved one time at the very least, in my opinion.
Let me jump to the chat. Let me get on down to the so-called Hall of Justice in the city. Let's go, JJ. I'm with you, sis. And that covering for her daughters. Yes, Ocean Wave. Facts.
And I honestly don't even think she's covering for them. I think she just wants to keep the money coming, because it's all about the money. Again, without a death certificate, I don't know the 100% law, but she's still collecting money, right? Yeah, yay or nay? I'm not sure. Without a death certificate,
I'm not sure, but I got a. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got $1 million question to ask everybody. Hold tight. Shannon is involved, and Annette is covering for her and Marquita. Ocean, that would be great if you went and let us all know. It was a choice. Quarter live. Hey, Rock Squad. Appreciate you for pulling up with us. All right. What if those text messages What if it wasn't Shannon sending the text messages? What if it was Annette? Have that crossed anybody's mind? The text messages that many of us believe Shannon was sending, what if it was Miss Annette behind them text messages?
Yeah, I never crossed my mind until you just asked that $1 million question. And as I ponder for only a little bit, in my opinion, I believe Annette is old school. You know, like so technology wise, the texting and just the one question that makes me believe is the asking like what about the size of women. You know, and then there are certain questions that were asked that just I don't believe was Annette. It couldn't have been like Annette wouldn't ask about, I don't know, in my opinion.
Shannon had the code and that didn't. At least that's what she claimed. It
She
crossed
was
my mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
she was like everyone gave her the nickname or the madame. You know, the madame don't move, like the queen don't move. She's got workers. Shannon and Marquita were her workers. Like she didn't care about them. They listened like that. She knew she had them. They were vulnerable. They had low self-esteem. So she could. They were her workers, in my opinion. Like, because again, Nanette is a very self-loving, only gives a f about herself type of gal, in my opinion.
And and the reason why I asked it, because it came across my desk. Let me just let everybody know. I get so much that comes across my desk. I get a lot that come in the chat. I get a lot that come on the replay game. I get a lot of things that come to me on Instagram, Facebook. So when I ask questions, I'm asking in reference to people asking me these questions. Somebody asked me that, Shank, what if Miss Annette was behind the text messages? And even though I don't think she was, I still have to entertain it and say, you know what? What if she is behind?
And one thing I want to say, my stepdad always used to tell me if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Mm,
And I do
mm.
understand that the first part is like entertaining it, but we gotta, in my opinion, this has been going on for a long time. We are almost. It's been going on for too long, and and if you really, and in my opinion, if you really been following the case, there's only a couple more what ifs left. There's not a box full of what ifs left. You know.
In your opinion, give me at least two what ifs. In your opinion.
Uh, what if they all go to jail? Every single one of them. That's and then let me just uh again what if she didn't go missing on the 9th? What if she's been missing for like what if she been missing since November or December? That's maybe my what ifs would be with the timeline. There we go. That's where I'm still questioning some things. Those are where my what ifs would be. My box of what ifs.
Caller says Annette is still getting NAZIYAH Harris' check until they give her a death certificate. And I believe that's true. I believe that's how it goes in all states.
Oh, absolutely. My first wife, she passed away, and I went just with insurance. I have experience, with it, and you gotta be able to supply a death certificate to redeem anything. So and again, like I said earlier, those are her workers, and it was all about like again she's it's all about, it's so sick how this world and the money is money when is just people will do especially in Detroit, they will rob you for a square over here. You know what I'm saying? $5. Like it's just, it's everything's about money. It's like, oh, you let me get them shoes. I'm gonna go sell them for, even if I get $5. It's like, why don't you just want to help your neighbor? Just give those shoes away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, everything in Detroit has to do about money. And there's always pros and cons to that. But again, all money ain't good money, man. And every, like she just, it's just sad. Money is the root of all evil sometimes, in my opinion.
Appreciate this super sticker, B. Burks. Ocean Wave says the Department of Social Services is not giving her a check for a child that's not in her home.
So
Now,
what was she fostering her, or did she adopt her? Does
I
anybody know?
think she was illegal. I mean, I think she was legally adopted.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'll wait for those in the chat to say something.
Again, I think this whole case revolves around with everybody involved, like that had a part. They were getting paid. They were getting some type of beneficial in some kind of way. No one else would just do anything to do it. They weren't having fun. They weren't doing it for fun. Like they were benefiting from it. As Annette, Shannon, King, uh, uh, I do, and then afterwards, like Roxy, that all that was not from pure intentions. That again, in my opinion, Vari, I don't think he cared about NAZIYAH as much as we believe, or he should have, because I watched the live back then. Like, he came out, he was, and it was all about money, 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 and he lied. He said he wasn't in the streets. Mark D went and got him a job, and then he's getting arrested for running a drug house and child neglect, and it's like, what? Like, I just don't believe. And then when he first got on them lives, he was on, messed. Like, in my opinion, he was under the influence of something. I don't. Again, he cared about his sister. That saying, love me, don't love me when I'm here, or don't love me when I'm gone. If you didn't love me when I'm here, a lot of people do that. And in my opinion, I think that's what Vari was doing. He didn't care either. They were all selfish. She was around a bunch of selfish people that cared about only themselves.
What do you make out of? Well, I got you up here. What do you make out of this message? Allegedly, Roxy and Shannon. Shannon is saying, to be honest, I do believe Tudor planned this ish out. All she really did is watch and observe Vari when he did it last year, to be honest. What's your thoughts on that?
All right, Shank Rock. Salute. My thoughts on this is, to be honest, I really think Shannon should have kept her mouth shut from the jump, because every time she opens her mouth, uh, again, I believe this is just part of the narrative to manipulate, to plant the seed, what she's been doing, to cover her ass. Like, and Roxy, in my opinion, too, was a part of the lies and the cover up, or whatever this is going to come out to be. But it's all, again, Shannon has yet to still drop a tear, and I seen it with my own eyes, and so did a lot of other people. Shannon didn't give a fuck about NAZIYAH, so I don't believe she knows anything about her. So I don't even think she should be speaking on her name, in my opinion. But that's, again, I believe she's planting the seed. That was just one of the many seeds planted, in my opinion.
But what if the reason why they aren't shedding no tears because they know, that she's still alive, because it was the, I believe, the police that told them they're no longer looking for a missing person, but they're looking for her remains. Now, what evidence did the police have? We know what the evidence that the police had, but none of us believe that that's enough evidence. Also, y'all, let me say this. Make sure y'all subscribe to my backup channel, At the Dark with Shank. My moderator, God Blessing, has dropped the link. We will be on that channel at 4:30 this afternoon. So make sure y'all subscribe to the backup channel. Let me grab this comment real quick. Hi, Shank. I see you, Tamika. I think NAZIYAH was gone before the 9th, and that reported to the school to avoid truancy. All the girls seen with Jarvis during that time was not her. All the descriptions are off. But like I said, when it comes to the family maybe is not shedding any tears because deep down inside, they know that NAZIYAH is still alive. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But for Shannon to say, I do believe Tudor planned this ish out. All she really did is watch and observe Vari. Now, let me say this. Now, we know when it comes to girls and boys, we know that girls mature way faster than boys. So a 14 or 15, 16, let's just give Vari 16 years old. A 16-year-old boy compared to a 13-year-old girl, that 13-year-old girl gonna run circles around him in maturity. Right?
Absolutely.
So NAZIYAH could have took all the lessons that Vari gave her, because the evangelist, he keeps stressing, NAZIYAH is not dumb. NAZIYAH is very intelligent. And when you go to them videos of NAZIYAH talking about doing her own clothes, and I said it before, a child that is giving everything cannot compare to a child that has nothing. That child that is given things to, they're really not knowledgeable, or they don't know how to survive compared to a child that hasn't been given things. That survival mode kicks in. So her survival mode has kicked in. Let's go back into her mind. Damn. Now I reported Jarvis inappropriately touching me. I done already reported that once. That didn't work for me. Grown-ups are always telling us, kids, if a adult is touching you, report it. Well, why y'all didn't do nothing when I reported that Jarvis inappropriately touched me? All right, here comes my survival mode. She's a little girl. I gotta figure out how to get myself out of this. She's in the cut. She's laying in the cut, and she's just observing everything. She's putting two and two together. I know, nah, Shank, she was too young to do all that. Like hell, these kids today, even us as kids, we were intelligent, but the kids today, when it comes to survival, they are way smarter than us. Why? Because we went through all those things. We didn't have nobody to pass down the lessons that was passed down to these kids. So she plotting. She praying. She praying. God, please get me out of this. I'm telling y'all, the message, I ain't gonna never get out of this hellhole. That says a lot about her mentality. She wanted to get out of that hellhole.
Let me ask you this, Shank.
Come on.
Remember, another thing again. Back to NAZIYAH was she was the bright star in the room. She
Yes.
was and remember when the text messages between her and Jarvis. Remember how she asked about she had a new person and if she could join, and she was like, I stole Vari's bitch. Remember?
Bingo.
Okay,
Bingo.
so why wouldn't that? In my opinion, I would be mad as hell if my sister stole
Bingo.
So why did everybody forget about that? So what make, in my opinion, again, he I think again, why would he want to? Like, how did he help her when she's over here stealing his bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
Like, so in my again, I just had to say that and I lost my train of thought. And but I just had to remind everybody about that part. Again, everybody had a little bit of envy towards that little girl. In my opinion, her
Bingo.
brother, her
Bingo.
mother. I'm trying to still figure out her mother. Shannon, Marquita. Again, she was made to watch those kids. Remember when you said she was the only one in that video ready to go,
Yes.
not
Yes.
just man, shoes on, socks on, coat zipped up, hat on, like she was the leader of the pack. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like she and those kids loved her. You seen in the videos, they would jump in and Janiyah would be always looking at her trying to do the move she was doing, like she was a
Yes.
they looked
A
up to
go
her.
getter. A go getter. And
Yes.
let me just slide in real quick. Appreciate this super chat as always. My number one troublemaker, Kimberly. She never lets me down, y'all. Salute Shank Rock, Mars, the Rock Squad, and Riders. I'm sorry I'm late for your funky ass demonstration. Everybody, thank my number one troublemaker, Kimberly, for getting everybody on punishment. Really appreciate you, Kimberly. But let me grab this comment. Here go a comment that I wanted to grab. Oh man, cold tight, y'all. Oh man, dang, where that comment at? I'm gonna get to it, y'all. The more I have been open-minded between you and Toot, shout out to Toot, y'all. Shout out to Toot Uncensored.
Shout
I
out
am
to
now convinced she is alive. New name or social media and use of filter could allow her to post. And that's facts. And that's something that we didn't cross. And I'm glad you brought this to my attention. We was quick to say, Shane, but and I even felt this way. If NAZIYAH, being her age, she would post stuff on social media, she probably is posting stuff on social media under a new name. Under a new name. Are y'all
again.
tired of let me come back. Are y'all tired of being on punishment? If you are tired of being on punishment, drop a 5 so I can take down the infamous picture of Jarvis's stable of women. If you're not tired of being on punishment, drop a 6 and I will leave the picture up. Drop a 5 if you're tired of being on punishment. Drop a 6 if you're not tired of being on punishment.
Everybody
But
drop a 5.
look at you, look at you, look at you. But back to what I was saying, y'all. What I was saying as far as, okay, I got a 6, y'all. Appreciate you, Nikki, baby.
Oh man.
So you all have, oh, there go Kim again. See, you all have Nikki and Kim to thank for the infamous picture. But, uh, like I said, NAZIYAH, she wasn't no dummy, y'all. And out of respect to females, females are very mature, and females will put together something way quicker than a male. And once again, the evangelist just kept stressing. Appreciate this, High Rock Squad from Scotland. You have me totally convinced it's a new name and filters will help hire her. That's facts. Shout out to all my folks from Scotland. Shout out to all my folks from Scotland. Come on back in, JJ. I know so much didn't slip your mind. Come on back
No,
in, JJ.
No, absolutely. And thank you everybody for the punishment, man. Man, these ladies are ugly. They're all in Detroit, man. Ugh. But my thing is again back to, I feel like a lot of people around her envied the shit out of her. Again, even her brother.
Yeah.
So um that's what I was saying. So again, if she was alive, I don't think she would be in hiding. I think she would be ready to be like, yes, ha ha, motherfuckers, I got out of here. Fuck you,
Right.
ha. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I would be, because I in my experience, from abuse, I wouldn't hide from them. Especially in my opinion of who this little girl and her personality and who she was. Oh no, she's not hiding. She's ready. She's ready to make them pay. Make them pay. She wants
You
them to
right.
pay, and that's my
You right.
opinion. I just,
But
I just.
that's a good opinion though, and I'm just saying, and I'm reaching. I'll say I'm reaching. She could be under a name that only they know. What do you think
But
about that, JJ? She could be.
they didn't like her. They don't want to talk to her. And again, the people that I'm talking about, like Shannon, still hasn't dropped a tear. Because again, I don't know. I've watched Ted Bundy. I've watched a lot of murder cases. I've never seen one of them drop a tear. A murderer drop. I mean, sorry, I don't know. Sorry for saying that.
Red rum.
Red,
Use red
red,
rum. Red rum.
I've never seen someone that red rum somebody or was a serial red rummer drop a tear. And I believe, in my opinion, Shannon is the person who unalived her. So why would she cry? And then Annette, again, she's just evil, and she's evil, and she look at Lady, like uh, she's evil. She doesn't care, like and she can't even make herself. And then, but then Shannon tells us she cries herself to sleep. If you cried yourself to sleep every night, because again, I lost somebody that I loved. I lost my first wife, and I couldn't even talk about. I felt guilty for even eating. So if you're over here telling the world you can't sleep at night because you cry yourself at night, but you talk about her and don't drop one tear, I don't know. It ain't mathing to me. That's just my opinion. No.
I mean, keep spitting. I see you, Michelle.
And then I mean, even her mom, the one time she did speak on TikTok, whatever, with Roxy or whatever, like even her mom didn't even cry, drop a tear. You know what I'm saying? And then with this, with the internet, this is what, again, I can't. This is where the world went left, is the internet. Okay, even, is in my opinion, the internet. It's good for like locate like the good stuff, but it took the clock away, it took the map away. The phone is just, man. So do you every day I get on TikTok, I see TikTok, there's someone posting, they found her body, or they'll post a skit and say that, and someone a celebrity has been unalive, and just to get a click. Okay, that's how sad this world. That's the internet is. I don't believe it on the internet, so I don't care about some filters and a fake name. All like the internet again. I can't, when it comes to the internet for their backup. It's a no for me. The no for me, because the internet is used to help, to be evil. I mean, to spread lies, to pretend. Um, uh, and if it, I don't know. That's how I feel about that too. I don't think, I feel like, again, she would be ready to let them pay. She wants them to pay, and guess what? And she's still making them pay in the spirit. So I mean, like, prayers to NAZIYAH, and keep rocking the nation, because again, she's still doing what she was doing on earth in the spirit. Like, so
I'm with you. Let me read this comments. Tina says, I ran away at 13. My baby daddy was 20. And there were adults who housed me. It's possible she's high. And that's facts. I mean, and
but
this
did they like
happens.
you? Did they like you? And that's my question to Tina. Where was, like, did they care for you? Did they like actually like you, care for you? Because no one cared for NAZIYAH
In that
within
house.
in
In
that
that,
household.
right.
Right. Yeah.
But now we're speaking outside of the house. And as like Tina said, her baby daddy was 20. You know, she was only 13. And this happens, and it's been happening for years for a lot of young girls. If you talk to a lot of women, they'll tell you they were in same situations. So,
I
like
think
I said, come on.
I think that she did cry out for help, and she realized it didn't work, and then she depended, because no one would help her. Like, again, the school. Look at the school. Like, she's, again, her age. There's not very, her family, the school, and friends are young. Like, who else could have really helped her that we ain't really, like, the possibilities. You know what I'm saying?
Let, let, let,
So
let me slide in now. Now, I've never been in a situation where as though there were underage females, but I've had several females of age that I've helped in these kind of situations. So
I think the like, again, she was again I can't, like, that can't get, she was desperate to get out, and the last person she really could rely on was Monster Butts. So she's focused in on that, and she and doing that, that's what it led to, in my opinion. Because, again, us as adults can't even hold hot water in society. So what makes you think a bunch of teenagers can, a group, because remember the
that's
telephone game?
true.
That's how everyone gets loose lips, sink ships, and that's what everybody does. I'm just saying, that's what our conscience eats at us. They're like, it's very rare you find someone that can really keep a secret
That's true.
in this world today, in my opinion. But I appreciate you letting me come up here. Salute to you. And again, these are all just my opinions. I've been tuning in with y'all for a while. I just the first live, I was real nervous. I'm trying and I like listening to y'all. And let's get justice for we will get justice for NAZIYAH. And just keep praying for our city, Detroit, and our county. And thank you guys for listening to my opinions, and thank you, Shank Rock, for everything.
I appreciate you, JJ. You always come with the jewels. Let us give it up for JJ, my special guest. Let me read some comments, and then we're going to get out of here. Make sure everybody pull up on Miss Parker at 2 p.m. today. And also, I'll see everybody back here. Not here. I'll see everybody back on my backup channel after dark with Shank at 4:30 p.m. for part 2. We're going to do a part 2 of this, but it's going to be on the backup channel after dark with Shank at 4:30. All right, give me your comments. Grisky says, as much as I wish NAZIYAH was alive, she cared too much for Jarvis. If she knew he was facing a red rum charge, I'm sure she wouldn't have been hiding still. She would have been popped out, so I believe she's gone. Do y'all remember that IG page months ago that was allegedly Janiyah exposing new pictures of NAZIYAH that we never seen before? And I remember that. And remember, I done a demonstration about that IG page. Could that have been NAZIYAH? I'm just asking. Could that Instagram page that came out months ago that we thought was Janiyah, could it been NAZIYAH? I see you, Brent. It's not like they have a reward for her. She's not a fugitive. They don't do their job in Detroit. It's not hard to believe someone would take her in. There's the backup channel, the After Dark. I'll see everybody at 4:30 today on that for part 2. Make sure y'all subscribe to Miss Parker's backup channel. If moderators could drop Miss Parker's backup channel, Miss Parker got a backup channel. Switching lanes with Miss Parker. She could be using her cousin Janiyah name. True. I love you, Miss Parker. What made NAZIYAH so special for them to do all this, though? Out of all the girls and women, he got pregnant and assaulted. I don't know. I think she ran away. I'm with you, Just Me. I'm with you. I see you, JJ. I see you, Boopy. There's a well-known young runaway named Nova, and she said NAZIYAH is alive. She's based in LA. I keep hearing that. I'll probably tap into that right there. I'll probably cover that. I'm going to cover that probably tonight at 10 p.m. or even tomorrow. Could that possibly be true? Could NAZIYAH be in LA? So, formula is too expensive for her to not have assistance. If you go back to the text messages, she states in there, I need to talk to you about something. I'm now wondering if they didn't hatch a plan then for her to run away if there's no evidence. That's facts. Once again, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I'll see everybody back at 4:30 on the backup channel, After Dark with Shank, for part 2. I'll see y'all at 2 p.m. over there with Miss Parker. Salute everybody. I'll leave the chat running and you all can hang around. Salute.
The piranhas eat the meat.
Big Lou, Shane, Rock, 8 niggas, where the work at? I got some bad bitches bout they bread, they be twerking. Get a boosty boo in the boot, brain it working. Got the money, lotion up my palms, like it's some jerky. Yeah, I hit that 2-step, time to, I'm about money. Say that pussy good and sweet, bet it tastes like honey. I be chasing for them dollars, I be looking for them stacks. Bet lil' mama gon' holler when I hit it from the back. Yeah, doggy style of ass, got her screaming out, man. They already know it's mob, ain't no need to explain. Got it tatted on my nigga, can't go against the grain. Fuck what they talking, it's $1 million thing.
Got $1 million thing, I don't give a fuck. Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up.
She stay up in the bed, now watch her toot it up.
Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up. I'm trying to $1 million thing, I don't give a fuck. Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up.
She stay up in the bed, now watch her toot it up.
Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up.
See my fuck game is straight, yeah, I lay down long. It's just scratching, banging on my chest like I'm Cat Kong. A very freaky girl, had the type to take the mama. Had a crushing pill, smoking weed like a combine. Not the cutest nigga, but my pimp game strong. Ooh, nigga, no Viagra, but my dick stay hard. Up and down chick, cause she help me put in work. Catch your ass slipping while you flirting with her skirt. See, I live life the G-way, get in on the freeway. She look good, but pimpin' ain't easy. If she ain't nasty, since she can't please me, I'm the seductive type. Touch me, tease
Got $1
me.
million thing, I don't give a fuck. Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up.
She stay up in the bed, now watch her toot it up.
Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up. I'm trying to $1 million thing, I don't give a fuck. Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up.
She stay up in the bed, now watch her toot it up.
Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up.
It's $1 million affair, the jewels be gleaming. When I walk in, them pretty hoes be scheming, trying to figure a way that they could give me a threesome. By the end of the night, them sucker niggas be beaming, but I'm on my shit, the 4/5 on hit, just in case them niggas right there wanna trip. I knocked a slip for his chick a few years ago. Put her up on some gang, showed her how to get dough. I got $1 million THANG in the club with a BADDIE. She said she loves me in that movie OG like me, and all them hoes from her hood wanna see about me.
Got $1 million thing, I don't give a fuck. Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up.
She stay up in the bed, now watch her toot it up.
Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up. I'm trying to $1 million thing, I don't give a fuck. Before I beat that pussy up, I'm trying to finger it up.
She stay up in the bed, now watch her toot it up.
Before I beat that pussy up, I'm